Krishna, Hare Krishna.
For always guiding all of us, and I would also like to thank Ujjval Rasananda Dās, who has taught me a lot about Kirtan, how to lead Kirtan, how to perform Kirtan. And today's talk especially is inspired by His Holiness Sachinanda Maharaj. He actually had presented a short seminar on leading Kirtan in Radhadesh. After he led his Kirtan, he gave a whole seminar on how to properly lead Kirtan. And my points will be from his talk. So, Kirtan basically boils down to two things. One of them is your sadhana, and the second thing is the mood that you set. And of course, by having good sadhana, you always get the mercy of Shri Krishna, which is the main ingredient for doing good Kirtan. And as Maharaj today presented, what is sadhana? How do we become more situated in Krishna consciousness? Especially Kartik coming up, and we keeping our vows and respecting the vows that we keep. The sadhana increases by millions of factors actually in Kartik month. So before we go into how to set the mood for Kirtan, we must understand what is Kirtan. So in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 1.2.145, Shri Rupa Goswami defines Kirtan as Nama Leela Gunadi Nam Uchchai Bhasha Tu Kirtana, which means that Kirtan is defined as loudly chanting the glories of the Lord, beginning with the names, pastime, and qualities of Krishna. Recently, when His Grace Haripasha Prabhu had come here, he described Kirtan in two ways. One of them was the actual chanting, the Sankirtan, of all of us chanting together. And the second description of Kirtan was someone who's giving class. That's why it says Nama Leela Guna. So Nam and Leela and Guna, pastimes of Krishna, are mentioned here. So that is Kirtan, and I'll be focusing main on the Sankirtan aspect, which is the loud congregational chanting. And the Brihad Naradiya Puran describes that Japato Hari Namani Sthane Shata Gunadika Atmanam Cha Punatya Che Japto Shrutin Punati Cha. That means that the glorification of Shri Krishna, the Sankirtan, is 100 times more potent than the silent japa that we chant at home, that are our own. You know, when we're in our own mood, in our own temple, at home, the japa that we chant, the Sankirtan that we chant is 100 times more potent. Why? Because the sadhana, the chanting of others purifies us while we chant the holy names. And the way we chant purifies them. So it's 100 times more important than just doing japa at home. Second point I would like to mention is in my previous times, a lot of people have come and talked with that, we cannot do Kirtan because we don't know how to do Kirtan. So Sachinanda Maharaj gave a very nice point on this, and that was that Srila Prabhupada wanted every single person to be a Kirtan leader. He wanted all of us to chant together in the Sankirtan movement and spread the movement of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So Sachinanda Maharaj made this point that if we don't know, then we should learn. For example, he gave the example in his talk that the japa, when we chant japa, we may not know how to properly chant japa. We go to seminars to japa retreats by different people. His Holiness Sachinanda Maharaj also gives japa retreats. If we can go to those retreats, why can't we go to sessions to learn about how to chant the Kirtan? It's as potent, if not more. So we should also take seminars on those points. We should understand how to chant Kirtan. What does it mean to be a Kirtan leader? And what does it really mean to increase our sadhana so that we can chant better for the pleasure of Shri Radha Golokananda and Shri Radha Shyamsundar. And it is said in the Padma Puran, Nama Parada Yuktana Namane Vaharantikam Ashranti Prutyani Tanye Bharti Karanacha. That means that even if one chants Hare Krishna mantra offensively, one can nullify those offenses by continuously chanting without deviation. One who becomes accustomed to this practice will always remain in a pure transcendental position, untouched by sinful reactions. So if we cannot chant, then that's fine. We keep chanting. That's only how we're going to progress and learn. Ananda Prabhu used to say that you should cry if you cannot chant the holy names of the Lord. And if you can't cry, then cry that you can't cry for the holy names. So it is always important, and that is the mood. That is our mood. Ananda Prabhu used to say that whenever he used to chant that today is his last day he's chanting the holy names. That's it. After this chanting, he cannot chant anymore. That is the mood that we should have when we chant Hare Krishna mantra. That this is the last time we're getting the opportunity to chant for the holy names of Lord Krishna. And tomorrow there is no other opportunity. So that is the mood that we must set. And as Maharaj also mentioned, it is very important that we focus on our sadhana and we focus on this Krishna consciousness, because only then we'll be able to chant better for Krishna, be it Sankirtan or be it our own japa. We have to increase our sadhana. The third point I would like to mention is what is the importance of the musical instruments and like knowing all these ragas and all these kinds of tools that we use in kirtan. And this is an example that imagine the kirtan as a car. A car runs on 4 wheels. The 4 wheels are your sadhana, the audience and their sadhana, the mercy of Shri Krishna, and the fourth point is how do we utilize the tools, because all the instruments that we play is none other than Balaram. And if you want to worship Krishna, you have to have Balaram, because Balaram is Adi Guru. Without Guru, we cannot worship Krishna. So all these instruments are needed. They're not there for style, they're not there for show off. At least they should not be used for that reason. They're only there so that we can use them in Krishna service and we can have Balaram with us at all times. So to lead a good kirtan, to set the mood of kirtan, it's not just the skills of a kirtan leader. If there is a good kirtan leader but the audience is not there, that kirtan is no benefit. And if the audience is there and the kirtan leader is not present mentally, then that kirtan has no benefit. It works both ways. When we have the kirtan leader, when we have the audience, everyone works together in harmony, only then the kirtan goes well. Especially like on special days like Janmashtami, Radhashtami, or those kinds of special festival moments, the energy of the kirtan that day is always more than any other day that we do kirtan. And that is because everyone is focused on welcoming Krishna or welcoming Srimati Radharani. And that mood sets the intensity of the kirtan. But that intensity can be done every single day. Because Janmashtami that day is only on this planet. It can be somewhere else on another planet. Right? So we should transform to a planet where Janmashtami is happening at that time. Only then can we get the right mood. So 2 things is, always focus on one's sadhana. Only then kirtan can be led in a nice way. And it goes for both the kirtan leader and the audience. It is not just the effect of the kirtan leader. The audience also has to be part of it. So we'll do a short kirtan for the pleasure of Shri Radha Goloka. And I request all of you to join together, because only then it becomes Sankirtan, which is 100 times more potent than the japa. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Everyone together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So the word rag means affection, intensity, attachment. And when in Kirtan, when we implement the rag, it intensifies the mood more. Because it basically defines the attachment that the singer has towards the holy name of the Lord. So, if we should always, rag does not always mean having the knowledge of the classical ragas in Hindustani or Carnatic. The rag itself boils down to just having the attachment for the holy names. And that is what's more important in Kirtan. So let us all sing together. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare instrument that can always be used in Krishna service, and that is clapping the hands. So everyone together.